streak with a blowout, 114-89. Mikal Bridges had 25. Jalen Brunson had 24. The Spurs couldn't overcome 22 turnovers that led to 24 points, and they were out rebounded 54-41. Something that they're not because of Wemby. Wemby played well, but they went on a run. I think the Knicks went on a 20 a run, outscored them 22-0, and they could never get back in the game after that. They never could. But they played. Look, you got Mikal Bridges and Alvarado.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in the game and he's a spark plug. And you knew he would be that type of guy that
Yeah.
the Knicks crowd would love because he plays
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of energy. They like that. A lot of hustle, a lot of grit. He's gonna make a big shot. He's gonna get you a couple of turnovers. He's gonna get the crowd energized. I'm not surprised that the Knicks base love him as much as they love him. Much. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to pull up this. No, I don't want this game. Uh, Scores here. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Where is it at? Oh, here it is. Yeah, Champagne 3 points. Wemby was 25 and 13. But they shot terrible from the three. 9 of 34, 24, 20, what's that, 26%, 42% from the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And the mere fact that they only had 89 points lets you know. Um, but they had OG had 12, Carl Cat had 12, Josh Hart almost had a triple double. He had 10. Mikal Bridges had 25. Brunson had 24. Dewari had 14.
Mm-hmm.
But they got overall contribution. And look,
From everybody.
yes, they did, and
It-
like and the Knicks want to play, want to play. They got Mikal Bridges, who's a wing
mhm.
defender. They got Josh Hart, who can defend. They got OG can defend.
Right.
Mitchell Robinson comes in, and he can bang and he can defend.
Mm-hmm.
But they do a great job. They do a great job of creating chaos and and,
Mm-hmm.
and, and turning turnovers into points. And that was really the difference in the ball game. They just kept turning the Spurs over. The
Mm-hmm.
Spurs couldn't protect the ball, and they're gonna have to do a better job of that. Look, they had won 11 games, had been playing really, really well, and to play at the level. I don't think they were going to go undefeated heading into the postseason,
Right.
but I think the coach is pleased with the way they played thus far. But
Mm-hmm.
today was just one of those games, a nationally televised game. It's an
Mm-hmm.
early game. They don't
Right.
normally play that early, Ocho.
Mm-hmm.
But give those guys credit. They played the Knicks played an unbelievable game today, and they
Yeah.
got the win in blowout fashion.
And the Knicks needed this too, huh? They needed
Yes.
this. They haven't been playing too well, especially as a group collectively. The way they played today is how they can play it. They can find some type of balance, not too high, not too low, but find a even keel way to play collectively as a group the way they did today. They can make some hay and make some noise similar to what they did last year. I know I've been watching Stephen A. He's been upset with the Knicks
Hmm.
the past few games and what they've displayed out there as far as the product is on the court. But I mean, shockingly to me, knowing that the Spurs were playing the Knicks, I thought obviously the Spurs would run away with this game, and the Knicks looked completely different. A completely different team. Watching them play today.
Well, they swarm Wemby. Wemby has 7 turnovers by himself of those 22. You can't turn the ball over like that because now you get runouts,
Hmm.
things of that nature. And like I said, the Knicks can cause you that type of problem
Hmm.
if you turn the ball over because they got really good defenders. OG can defend at a high level. We know Mikal Bridges can. We know Josh Hart can. So they got guys that can clamp the ball and keep the ball in front of them. And Mitchell Robinson comes in. Obviously, Cat is 7 foot and he'll block a shot here or there, but that's not what Cat is known for. He's known for being a perimeter big that can shoot the ball extremely well. We know Brunson is Brunson. He's gonna get you buckets. He's gonna make clutch shots. He's as clutch as any player that we have in this league. So we know what he represents. Is that when they play defense like this, they
Hmm.
to make they force you into turnovers and they make you shoot 30
Yeah.
26% from the three. You're not gonna beat them.
Mm-mm.
And they made 17 threes, you made 9. So now they 24, they're plus 24 from the 3-point line. So if somebody's plus 24 from the 3-point line and they force you into 22 turnovers, this is probably what's going to be the outcome of the game. You're probably going to get blown out.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. It's really that simple. And so give the Knicks credit. I mean, I'm sure Stephen A is happy about this. Happy, but not satisfied.
Right.
Um, because he knows they got an uphill struggle because Boston has played well. Boston is playing extremely well. Um, Toronto's putting that thing together. Toronto's better than people think. I watched them the other night. You know, Scotty Barnes and Bi. Those guys,
Hmm.
those guys are playing. R.J. Barrett. They got some scores over there. They're playing really well. Jakob Portal. Um, they're better than you think. Now, do I think they can beat the Knicks in the seven? Nah, I don't. I don't
Mm-mm.
think, when it's all said and done, it's probably going to be Boston and probably the Knicks. Looking at how everything is kind of like shaping up, Ocho, look
Right.
like it's going to be Boston and the Knicks. If I had to bet anything, um, I like Philly, but I
Eh,
just don't know if
Embiid.
Embiid's going to be healthy enough. Tyrese
Right.
Max is going to be Tyrese Maxey. Edgecombe is going to do Edgecombe things. They probably, I don't know if and when PG is coming back. But
Hmm.
if you was like, okay, Shannon, who do you think is going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals? I'd probably say Boston and the Knicks. And that's an old rivalry that they had.
Hmm.
Well, it happened last year. I don't know if we'll ever get those '80s rivalries like it once was, but we'll see. We'll see. The Knicks played well today, and they needed this ball game. They definitely needed this ball game more than the Spurs. The
Yeah.
Spurs needed it to try to keep pace with OKC. Because the thing is, like all things being equal, like I think they probably need the home court more than OKC
Hmm.
because the type of ball the OKC play, it does travel. They got a lot of wings. They got 5, 6 guys that can defend at an elite level. Shea, you already know, pencil Shea in for 30. You just pencil him in for 30 because you know he's
Automatically.
gonna get there. Yeah. And so now you get a couple of those other guys that come along with him. You get Chet, you get J Dub, you get Wallace, you get some of those other guys, Isaiah Joe, you get some of those other and Caruso. He always shows up in big games. He's
Hmm.
gonna make the right play. He's gonna create chaos. He's gonna create turnovers. He's gonna knock down a big three. He's gonna get a big steal. He knows what these moments mean. Having played on that Lakers championship team
Hmm.
and before that and last year, he was a big reason why they won the championship last year. Some guys just understand the moment and they
Right.
can rise to the occasion in said moment. And Caruso is definitely is one of those guys. So the Spurs look 11 straight games, Ocho, to get back in this thing.
Yeah.
And they're the team that gives OKC the most trouble. But you
It's
never know in
them.
a 7 game series. You never
Hmm.
know an injury here or injury there, and it
Change
completely
everything.
flips the series.
Yeah.
The Cavs showed their toughness today when they beat the Nets 106 to 102. James Harden scored 22 points in his return in the lineup with a broken thumb. Keon Ellis also played with a fractured finger today and still was able to put up 5 blocks and 3 steals. The Cavs got a defensive menace at the trade deadline from the Sacramento Kings. Uh, yeah. Look, the thing is that I think that it's on this non